happy enough to sign your new deal and get this over the line, so you extend your terms here at Caledonian Thistle? You've been happy so far?
Yeah, 100%. It's nice to have the extra security to the end of the season. I feel like I worked hard, and I feel like it's just rewards for the effort I put in, and I've now got a real good chance to really stake a claim for a regular first team starting place.
I was going to say, at this stage in your career, you mentioned about a bit of security there. Has it been difficult when you're looking for a club to get a decent run at, would you say?
Yeah, like I've always said, any player wants to play as much as they can, and usually if you're playing and performing, you get rewarded with longer term deals, and I've now got a chance to really try and achieve that.
Is there anything particular that has maybe been a sort of a good fit for you at Caledonian Thistle?
I mean, I love the area. I like the team. We get on very well with the manager. I have a very good relationship with the manager, probably the best I've had. It all comes together and makes me feel very comfortable as an individual. And I think when a player's comfortable, that it gets the best out of them. And I feel like that's what's happening to me.
So looking ahead to this weekend's game, obviously you've come off the back of quite a tough run of fixtures, looking very much for a win. How important is it that you get back to winning ways this weekend?
I mean, every game's important. I think the performance we put in against Dundee last time is something that we want to replicate, and we've had Aberdeen and Celtic in the last two games with break in between, and they're always very hard games to pick up points. So we need to start picking up some points against the teams in and around us and really get back into where we feel we should be, which is in the top six.
And Dundee, obviously, their position is less than ideal at the moment. They'll be quite dangerous potentially. Is that something that you're all mindful of?
I mean, on a given day, any 11 can beat another. But I think we certainly have it in our changing room to go there and get a result. Of course, they are going to be thinking exactly the same. So it's going to be a very tough game, as will most games we play. But we're going to go there with a strong mindset and hopefully stick to our game plan and come out victorious.
Points are really tight, obviously, between quite a lot of the teams at the moment. How pivotal a point in the season do you think the next couple of games are?
Yeah, the next few games, with there being 12 teams in the league, you're always going to be 2 or 3 wins away from being potentially towards the bottom or potentially in the top 6. I think it's only a couple of points between 12th and 7th, I believe. And when it's that tight, then any run of fixtures that you get good results from can catapult you right back up there.
I was going to say, with the Christmas period, would you eventually start to see, because I know a lot of people have been saying how tight it is, but round about now, will you start to see those gaps form?
I mean, you certainly could, but I think Dundee themselves were just having a little bit of a gap a few games ago, then they've strung some performances and some results together, and they're right back in the mix again. So I always would say, no matter where you are, any team is going to be within a matter of points away from getting right back out of a bad situation. And for us, we want to turn this into a position with the next 4 or 5 games being against teams in and around us that we try and climb away from them.
I remember Richie saying, I think it was last week, that the challenge always seems to be there, that he says that you must deliver these runs of games in order to maintain and prolong a place in the top 6.
Yeah, spot on. That is, you don't want to be inconsistent. Even if you just pick up a point, as long as it's not a defeat, it's something you can build on. Ideally, you're going to get a couple of wins in a row, and 6 or 7 points in 2 or 3 games is something that I think we can certainly achieve, and we're going to go out and get it.
Speaking about runs, does your previous history against Dundee stand in any good stead, given the fact that it's 15, maybe 16 games since they've last beaten you?
Yeah, I saw that. They're stats that can make us maybe feel more comfortable, but maybe that's something that we don't really want to have. We want to go out there and be on our toes. Maybe it's something they might be aware of. Maybe we're a bogey team for them, but no, maybe it's nice for the mindset to put you in a good frame of mind. But once the whistle goes in the first minute, then it's dog eat dog.